Hey, what's going on everyone? Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. So, PSA, little warning before I go into this video. This video is not me telling you to go out and, FOMO into cards. I'm not saying cards are going to double, triple, or, even go up over the coming weeks. All I'm doing in this video is pointing out that there are some trends within the Splinterlands ecosystem right now that I believe are going to be tailwinds to card prices. Now, again, that does not mean card prices are going to go up. There's a lot of things at play here. If the larger crypto market tanks, or economic data comes out poorly, there's a whole lot of reasons why card prices could go down from here. I just want to point out a couple reasons why the opposite might be true. But again, this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go out and buy cards. We're just going to talk about some of the forces potentially that could push prices higher over the coming weeks, months, whatever it is. Okay, now that the disclosure's out of the way, I am Hawks21, and I cover Splinterlands here on the channel. We cover everything from strategy, the markets, make predictions, all that type of stuff. So if you love the game, if you want to learn about the game, if you want to get into this amazing play-to-earn game, you are in the right spot. It would be awesome if you could join my community by taking 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button. All right, thank you for doing that. Let's get into it. So, Aggie put this message into the Splinterlands chat, the Splinterlands Discord the other day, and it just got me thinking broadly about, specifically cards. So we're going to read this, and you're going to see exactly sort of what I'm seeing here. Hey guys, more information will be coming out about Land v 1.5 in the coming weeks, but I want to give you a real quick sneak peek of what Splinterlands team is cooking up. We're planning on having Land version 1 out by the end of Q1. So that's by the end of March. So that's a month and a half. We are midway through Q1 at the time I'm recording this. So end of March, they're saying, where players will be able to survey land. So I assume survey means you find out exactly, what rarity your land is, potentially what type of land it is, all that stuff. We expect the full version 2 of Land, where all the production is figured out, to take many months even from here. So we're planning a version 1.5. In our proposed 1.5, you'll be able to start staking cards and DEC on your land in order to earn SPS, pending DAO approval, and get a head start on certain parts of the land expansion, such as unlocking the secret of Pretoria. So basically, what they're talking about here is pretty soon, at the end of Q1, a version 1 of Land, where you can survey land, will be out. The step after that was supposed to be version 2, where, basically what we would expect functional land to be, right? Where there's production, and there's that whole marketplace. We don't have a lot of the details yet, but version 2 is kind of what we're expecting as the start of functional land. And what they're basically doing is introducing a version 1.5, that presumably would come out sometime in Q2, it sounds like, right? So if they're saying V1 by the end of March, and then V2 months and months and months away, V1, would presumably be in between that. So, in our proposed V1, you'll be able to start staking cards and DEC on your land, like we talked about. So, DEC sync, you're not burning DEC, but you're staking it, so you're locking it up. And then card staking. So this is what first started, piquing my interest. In this V1, it sounds like you're not going to be able to do a lot, like you're not going to be doing production and stuff, but you can start earning more from your land. And then it sounds like you'll be able to do some of the things, such as what they've talked about with the secrets of Pretoria. So there's going to be some minimal stuff to do. while we are planning on most land buildings only allowing a max of 5 cards per plot. So one thing to notice here is they didn't specifically call out summoners. So this has been a discussion point thus far. Will each plot of land need a summoner? I think Aggie originally wanted yes, Matt wanted no, and sort of reading between the lines here, doesn't sound final at all, but he didn't mention anything of a summoner here. So maybe it looks like as of now they're leaning towards a summoner not having to be involved, if we're going to read between the lines at all. Again, just my sort of 2 cents theory here. In certain situations, you may be able to put unlimited cards and are competing with other players to mine a limited resource. You can think of this like hash power mining Bitcoin, for example. So basically what they're saying is there might be a component where on a specific type of land or to generate a specific resource or, details to come later, you can put unlimited cards on it, and whoever has the most cards or the most collection power or whatever it is, working towards that particular, resource or item or whatever it is, will get more of it, right? So you can think of this like hash power mining Bitcoin. So people who have the best computing power and the most computers trying to mine Bitcoin are going to end up with more Bitcoin than people who otherwise don't. So that's interesting, right? You're technically, under that case, putting the need for cards at infinity, right? If you're going to have options where unlimited cards can be used and whoever's using the most collection power or however they designate it is the winner, well then it's a never-ending arms race, based on how good that thing you're mining is. Okay, so the point is that within the next 3 to 4 months, we expect card and DEC staking to begin on land in a competition for SPS and other early resources. You should probably get as many DEC. All right, this is Aggie, Chief FOMO Officer, not me. You should probably get as many DEC and cards as you can now, since tradable reward cards are already out of print, and Chaos Legion is going out of print one way or another next month. Don't say we didn't warn you. So, Chief FOMO Officer Aggie is back, but it just got me thinking about this. There's a couple things working in Card's favor right now, and he mentioned some of them. First is the staking of land, right? People with big accounts and tons of land are going to need tons and tons of cards to operate this land. We still don't have all the details, so it's a little difficult to talk about. But I don't fully know if we can't fully grasp what that looks like right now. But if you take the most bullish sort of example of land, of what land could be, there are just simply not enough cards right now that exist to operate that system, right? So that's obviously a bullish sign for cards. What does that mean for the system? That's a topic for a different video, but there would be some buying pressure on cards once we get more information about what all of this looks like, specifically for people who have a ton of land and don't have enough cards to operate that land. And then again, them putting this unlimited factor on sort of just takes the top off that entire equation, right? Obviously, this limited resource will have to be good, right? Who cares if there's unlimited cards if this limited resource isn't desired, right? But, still, if they work in something that's meaningful, then that's a lot of cards that need to be used. So what else? Again, this was kind of touched on right here in this thing, but if we go to Chaos Legion, we're going to do a little public math here, 125 to 4, 9 days away from the Dragon Summoner, based on the burn rate, at least to unlocking the Dragon Summoner, not sure exactly when it will be released. So that'll get us to 14 million. And then, once we hit 14 million, 250k packs are going to go to Splinterlands for the use of building nifty decks. So the other 250,000 We already took out 250,000. The other 250,000 will be taken out. So that'll put us at 14,250,000. And then about 300K, because it looks like this is going to pass, unless something drastically changed from the last time I checked. Yeah, this is going to pass pretty easily, it looks like. So I believe it's another about 300K on top of that. So that's over 500,000 packs that are going to automatically come out once we hit 14 million. So that'll put it at less than 500K packs left in Chaos Legion. Now, that doesn't tell the whole story, right? Because there's still going to be cards coming online because there's a decent amount of packs that are unopened. Like me, for example, and I'm nowhere near the top here. I'm sitting on 670 packs. We can actually look at the rich list. But if we come here, we can see the full equation for the Chaos Legion packs. So I think they counted the packs designated for Nifty as burned here in this calculation, because I don't think we've done 2 million packs without that being included. But we've burned or set aside 2 million packs. This is going to go up to about 2.5 million, I think. Maybe even a little more than that, depending on how many people buy up the last part of it. More has been open than I actually thought. So, there's still 1.2 million left to leave. Circulating's a little lower than I thought, to be honest. 3 million's not, very significant amount of packs, don't get me wrong. But these are packs that could potentially be opened up and cards that come on the market. So it's not going to be a total shut off of the, spigot of cards. There's going to be more sort of flowing in slowly as people open up packs. Specifically as prices, hopefully start to rise, it'll become more advantageous for people to open packs and sell the cards within them. But it's just the idea that there won't be a major set widely available. Rift Watchers, there's just not that many Rift Watchers packs. And the way they're priced, sort of people don't seem that interested in them right now. So you're not going to get huge volumes for here. And the other area where you normally get card volume is reward cards. But now they're soulbound, as Aggie mentioned. So there's just not going to be that many cards coming online over the next few months. So that's sort of point number 2. Point number 1, land is here, and land functionality looks like it's going to be here over the next couple of months. At the same time that the availability of new cards coming on the market seems to be dropping, or looks like it will be dropping. So they're kind of two things that are working together that have sort of piqued my interest a little bit, into, what if we see some positive movements in prices? And if we go over to peak monsters finally, and we go to buy, you can kind of see some prices have reacted a little bit. The floor of these commons have come up a little bit. Not much. But the big one we see, let me click on Chaos, is in the rares. Basically all the rares doubled off their lows, right? So these were all about 2 cents. They're getting up there a little bit. Still 4 cents, so it's not crazy, but a double in price is a double in price. So it seems like it's already happening a little bit, where the supply is, there's some Chaos Legion cards that are still super, super cheap. Right, Venari Scouts are such a great card for only 3 mana, gets the 3 attack with the opportunity, and you're talking, 0.25 cents per BCX for a max copy, under $10 for a max copy. And the supply of these, again, is just going to greatly decrease, and there's going to be increased use for these once land comes out. There's nothing here I kind of went through earlier that I'm like, okay, I need to start buying. These have sort of ticked up a little bit. These are at 10. They haven't come up that much. So maybe there's an opportunity here with some of these epics. The one thing I noticed with the legendaries, these haven't really come up at all. Still under $1. These two are interesting. Harklaw, I think, is a much better card than Jinbilka. But still, they're going to have the same function on land. Gino Shaughnessy is an amazing card. $20 for a max copy, that's really not that bad. So I'm just going to be watching this. I don't have a ton of dry powder to sort of, start taking advantage of these, or I guess taking advantage of maybe my hypothesis. But I mean, I'm very invested in cards, obviously. So, it's a decent number of cards there. So, would obviously be good for me if card prices move up. I'm not sure I need to add to my position. Just something that I'm watching. It was something I wanted to point out to you so you can start thinking about it. But again, this is certainly not financial advice. I have no idea what's going to happen over the coming weeks or months or years or whatever it is. Just wanted to point out 2 factors I was thinking about and show you Aggie's message. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this is a good time to buy cards? Yes? No? Are you buying cards? Is there any cards in particular that you're particularly focusing on? I would love to hear all of that in the comment section below. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys soon.